In a galaxy far from Earth, the grand halls of the alien council buzzed with laughter and mockery. The leaders, with their colorful skins and sharp features, sat around a long, shiny table. They were discussing a recent report about a small fleet of human ships spotted near a contested planet. "A tiny fleet?" one alien leader scoffed, shaking his head. "What can those old human ships do against us? They are nothing but rusted metal." The other leaders joined in the laughter, picturing the humans as weak and helpless. Little did they know these so-called tiny ships were far more than they seemed. Meanwhile, on Earth, a diverse group of humans prepared for an important mission. Inside a large hangar, the atmosphere was charged with excitement and nervous energy. Commander Lisa Hunter stood in front of her crew, looking at the faces of her team. They were a mix of seasoned veterans and eager young recruits, all ready to show the galaxy what humanity was made of. "Listen up, everyone," Lisa said, her voice strong and clear. "We may be outnumbered, but we have something they don't: heart and courage. Today, we show them that we are not just a tiny fleet. We are a force to be reckoned with." The crew cheered, feeling their spirits lift as they prepared for the journey ahead. The ships were old but well-maintained. Each vessel had its own story, having seen countless battles and survived against the odds. The humans had spent years upgrading their ships with new technology, blending the old with the new. As they climbed aboard, the crew felt a sense of pride in their ships. They were more than just machines, they were symbols of human resilience. As the fleet lifted off from the launch pad, Earth grew smaller beneath them. The humans looked out at the stars, feeling both excitement and fear. The journey to the contested planet was long, and many challenges awaited them. However, they knew they were united in purpose, and that bond gave them strength. In the vastness of space, the crew faced several challenges. One day, they encountered a fierce space storm that shook their ships violently. Alarms blared, and the crew scrambled to secure everything. "Hold on tight!" shouted Jake, a young pilot. "We'll get through this together!" His words gave everyone confidence. They worked as a team, using their skills to navigate through the storm. After what felt like hours, they emerged safely on the other side, cheers echoing through the ships. Days passed as they traveled through uncharted territory. Each crew member shared stories of their lives on Earth. Sarah, a mechanic, spoke about her family and how she wanted to make them proud. Mark, a navigator, shared tales of his childhood dreams of space travel. These stories forged strong connections between them, transforming strangers into a tight-knit family. They laughed, shared fears, and supported one another, reminding themselves of their shared goal. As the tiny fleet neared the contested planet, the alien council continued to underestimate them. "We will easily defeat those pathetic humans," an alien general declared. "They are nothing compared to our mighty Armada." The aliens were confident, unaware of the determination and spirit brewing within the human fleet. On the day of the encounter, Lisa stood at the helm, her heart pounding with anticipation. The planet loomed ahead, and she could see the alien ships gathering in the distance. She turned to her crew, their faces lit with determination. "This is it! Remember what we've trained for. We fight for our homes, our families, and our future." As the tiny fleet approached the alien Armada, the stage was set for an epic confrontation. The humans were ready to prove themselves and show the galaxy that they were not just a tiny fleet, but a force that could change everything. With their hearts racing and adrenaline pumping, the human fleet prepared for battle. They knew the odds were against them, but together they believed they could achieve the impossible. The galaxy was about to witness what humanity was truly capable of. As the human fleet soared through the stars, the excitement was palpable. Commander Lisa Hunter stood at the bridge of the lead ship, the Starlight, gazing out at the vastness of space. Her crew was preparing for the biggest challenge of their lives. They had left Earth behind, but the journey was only beginning. The tiny fleet moved smoothly through the dark, dotted with distant stars, but soon they faced their first challenge. A warning alarm blared, piercing the calm atmosphere. "We have a space storm ahead," shouted Jake, the young pilot, as he hurriedly adjusted the controls. The screens flickered, showing swirling clouds of energy. Lisa felt a knot in her stomach. Space storms were unpredictable and dangerous. "Brace for impact!" she called out. The crew quickly secured themselves in their seats, gripping their harnesses tightly. The Starlight shuddered as it entered the storm. The ship rattled and shook violently. Outside, flashes of lightning illuminated the swirling chaos around them. Inside the cockpit, the crew worked frantically. Jake's hands flew over the controls as he fought to keep the ship steady. "I can't see anything," he shouted, his voice barely audible over the howling wind. "Keep your focus, Jake," Lisa encouraged. "Trust your instincts." As the storm raged on, the ship rocked back and forth. Items flew around the cabin and alarms blared from every corner. Lisa felt fear creeping in, but she pushed it aside. She knew they had trained for this. "Everyone, keep calm! We've trained for challenges like this," she reminded her crew. With Jake's quick thinking and teamwork, they navigated through the storm, emerging on the other side, battered but intact. The crew erupted in cheers, feeling a wave of relief wash over them. "You did it, Jake," Lisa praised, giving him a proud smile. They had faced their first obstacle and come out stronger. However, their relief was short-lived. Days later, while traveling through a dense asteroid field, the fleet encountered another challenge. Large rocks floated ominously in their path, and navigating through them was tricky. Lisa knew they had to stay focused. "Stay alert! We can't afford any mistakes," she ordered. The crew worked together, carefully plotting a course through the field. Each ship communicated with the others, sharing data and avoiding collisions. Mark, the navigator, called out directions, guiding the fleet through the maze of asteroids. "Left! Now right!" he shouted, and the crew followed his commands flawlessly. Suddenly, one of the ships in the fleet, the Eagle, miscalculated and clipped an asteroid. It began to spin uncontrollably, sending alarms blaring across the fleet. "Mayday! Mayday! We're losing control!" the pilot yelled, panic evident in his voice. Without hesitation, Lisa made a quick decision. "Jake, take the Starlight to assist the Eagle. Everyone else, keep moving!" She watched as Jake nodded and took the controls, expertly guiding their ship towards the struggling vessel. With teamwork and skill, they reached the Eagle. Jake used his ship's thrusters to steady the other ship, while Lisa coordinated with its pilot. "You can do it! Just follow our lead," she encouraged. Together, they managed to regain control, and the Eagle flew back into formation. The crew cheered again, their spirits high after overcoming yet another obstacle. But Lisa knew that the challenges were far from over. After navigating through the asteroid field, the fleet finally approached the contested planet. But they had one more test to face. A group of space pirates appeared out of nowhere, their ships blocking the path to the planet. "We'll take what you have, tiny humans," the pirate leader taunted over the radio, a sneer in his voice. "Prepare for battle," Lisa commanded, her heart racing. The crew quickly readied their weapons, feeling the adrenaline surge through their veins. They might be a tiny fleet, but they were not going down without a fight. As the pirate ships closed in, the crew stood united, ready to face whatever came their way. They had faced storms, asteroids, and now pirates. They had proven their courage, but this battle would test them even more. Lisa knew they had to give everything they had. This was their moment to show the galaxy their strength. The tiny fleet braced itself for the fight of their lives, ready to show the galaxy that they were more than just a small group of ships. They were a force to be reckoned with. The tension in the Starlight was thick as the human fleet faced the menacing pirate ships. Commander Lisa Hunter stood at the bridge, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and determination. The pirate leader's voice crackled through the radio, taunting them with threats. "You think your tiny fleet can defeat us? Prepare to be taken down!" Lisa glanced at her crew, their faces a mix of anxiety and resolve. She knew they had to stand strong. "Listen up, everyone! We may be outnumbered, but we have something they don't. Teamwork and courage. We fight together or not at all." The crew nodded, their spirits lifted by Lisa's words. The fleet had been through so much already, and they weren't going to let a group of pirates intimidate them. They had trained hard, and now it was time to show what they were made of. The pirates began to close in, their ships sleek and menacing. The Starlight and her fellow vessels prepared for battle. "Weapons ready!" Lisa shouted, her voice steady. The crew sprang into action, locking in their targets and preparing to fire. As the first volley of shots rang out, the pirates opened fire with bright lasers, illuminating the darkness of space. The crew ducked and braced for impact. The Starlight shook as a blast hit its shields, but the ship held strong. "Keep your focus! Return fire!" Lisa commanded. Jake, the young pilot, expertly maneuvered the ship, dodging the incoming blasts. "I'm on it, Commander!" he yelled, steering the Starlight with precision. He skillfully weaved between enemy fire, making it difficult for the pirates to land a hit. The human fleet fired back, their weapons lighting up the dark space around them. Lisa's heart raced as she watched the pirates scatter, surprised by the humans' fierce resistance. They didn't expect us to fight back, she thought, a sense of pride swelling within her. Mark, the navigator, called out targets. The lead pirate ship is moving to our left. Aim for the engines! Lisa nodded, focusing on the ship he indicated. All ships, fire on my mark.
3,
2, 1, now! Lasers erupted from the human fleet, hitting the lead pirate ship squarely in its engines. The ship exploded in a brilliant flash, sending debris flying through space. The crew cheered, their spirits soaring with this first victory. We can do this! Sarah, the mechanic, shouted with excitement. However, the battle was far from over. The remaining pirate ships regrouped and charged at the human fleet, determined to take them down. They're coming back for more! Jake warned, his voice tense. Steady, everyone! We've got this! Lisa shouted, her heart racing. The crew prepared for the next wave of attacks, ready to fight for their lives. The pirate ships closed in, firing their weapons relentlessly. The Starlight rocked as blasts hit its shields, but the crew held their ground. We can't let them break our formation, Lisa called out, urging her crew to stay focused. In the chaos, the Eagle, one of the ships in the fleet, found itself surrounded. We're hit! We can't shake them! The pilot cried, panic creeping into his voice. Stay calm, Lisa replied. Jake, can you get to them? We need to help. Without hesitation, Jake piloted the Starlight toward the Eagle. I'm on it, he said, adrenaline coursing through him. He expertly maneuvered through enemy fire, dodging lasers as he raced to assist. Just as the Eagle took another hit, Jake opened fire, targeting the pirate ship, threatening them. His shots found their mark, and the pirate ship exploded in a fiery blaze. Got your back, Eagle! Jake shouted, a wave of relief washing over him. With renewed strength, the crew of the Eagle rallied and fought alongside the Starlight. They worked together, attacking the remaining pirate ships with fierce determination. The tide of battle began to turn in favor of the humans. As the last pirate ship fell, the crew erupted in cheers. We did it! We won! Sarah exclaimed, her eyes wide with disbelief. Lisa smiled, feeling pride swell in her chest. This is just the beginning. We've shown them what we can do. The victory had solidified their bond, and the tiny fleet was no longer just a group of ships. They were a united force. They had faced their first battle and emerged victorious, proving that they were not to be underestimated. As they navigated away from the wreckage of the pirate ships, Lisa looked at her crew, knowing that their journey was far from over. They had faced challenges together and come out stronger. Now they were ready to take on whatever the galaxy had in store for them next. After their thrilling victory over the pirates, the human fleet drifted into a quiet part of space. The crew of the Starlight buzzed with excitement, but Commander Lisa Hunter knew they could not let their guard down. They had won a battle, but many challenges lay ahead. Let's take stock of our situation, Lisa announced as she gathered her crew on the bridge. We need to know how we're doing after the battle. Jake, the young pilot, glanced at the control panel. We've taken some damage, but our shields are still holding strong. The Eagle needs repairs, but everyone is safe, he reported. Good to hear, Lisa replied, feeling a sense of relief wash over her. Let's work together to fix what we can. We'll need every ship at full strength for what's coming next. As they repaired the Eagle and checked the other ships, Lisa felt a strange pull towards the navigation console. She noticed a flickering light on the screen, something she hadn't seen before. Curiosity piqued, she leaned closer. What's this? She murmured. Mark, the navigator, joined her. I think it's a signal from the planet ahead. It looks like a distress call. He pointed at the screen, and Lisa could see the faint outline of a planet surrounded by strange energy. Is it safe to approach? Lisa asked, her brow furrowing. Mark hesitated, then replied, I can't be sure, but if someone is in trouble, we have to check it out. Let's do it, Lisa decided. Set a course for that planet. We need to find out what's happening there. As the Starlight moved closer to the planet, the energy around it became more intense. The crew watched in awe as the strange colors swirled like a cosmic dance. It's beautiful, Sarah, the mechanic whispered. Suddenly, a loud alarm rang out, breaking the moment. We're picking up strange readings. Energy levels are off the charts, Mark shouted, his fingers flying over the controls. Prepare for anything, Lisa ordered, her heart racing. She knew they were stepping into the unknown. As they entered the planet's atmosphere, the ship shook violently. "Hold on!" Jake yelled, struggling to keep the starlight steady. The crew gripped their seats as they navigated through the turbulence. With a final jolt, they broke through the clouds and emerged above a lush landscape. Green forests and sparkling rivers stretched as far as the eye could see. "We made it!" Jake cheered, but Lisa's eyes narrowed. Something felt off. "We need to land," Lisa said, her instincts kicking in. "Mark, scan for any signs of life." Mark's eyes widened as he studied the readings. "There are energy signatures, but they're fluctuating. It's like something is hidden beneath the surface. Let's find out what's down there," Lisa replied, determined. The starlight landed on a grassy plain, and the crew quickly gathered their gear. As they stepped onto the planet, the air felt different, charged with energy. "This place feels alive," Sarah said, her voice filled with wonder. The crew ventured forward, following the energy readings. After a short trek, they discovered a large cave entrance, shimmering with an otherworldly glow. "This must be it," Mark said, excitement evident in his voice. "Stay alert," Lisa cautioned. "We don't know what we might find inside." They cautiously entered the cave, the walls glowing with vibrant colors. The deeper they went, the more intense the energy became. Suddenly, they stumbled upon a massive crystal pulsating with light at the cave's heart. "Look at that!" Jake exclaimed, pointing at the crystal. "It's incredible." Lisa approached the crystal, feeling its energy resonate through her. This could be the source of the distress signal. "We need to get readings." She pulled out her scanner, but as she did, the crystal began to hum, and the ground shook. "Get back!" Lisa shouted, pulling her crew away from the crystal. But it was too late. A blinding light erupted from the crystal, enveloping them. The crew shielded their eyes, and when the light faded, they found themselves standing in a vast expanse. They looked around, stunned. "Where are we?" Jake asked, his voice filled with awe. Before them stood glowing figures, ancient guardians of the crystal, their forms shimmering like stars. "You have awakened us," one guardian spoke, its voice echoing in their minds. "You are the chosen ones, protectors of this realm." Lisa's heart raced. "Protectors? What do you mean?" The guardian explained, "You possess a power hidden within you, a power that can change the fate of galaxies, but it must be unlocked." "What must we do?" Lisa asked, determination flooding her voice. "Face your fears, unite your strengths, and harness the energy of this realm," the guardian replied. "Only then can you wield the hidden power." With their hearts set on the task ahead, the crew exchanged glances filled with resolve. They had come seeking answers and had found something much greater. They were not just a tiny fleet anymore, they were destined for something extraordinary. Together, they would learn to harness this hidden power and protect not just their fleet, but the entire galaxy. The crew of the Starlight stood in awe before the glowing guardians, their minds racing with the implications of what they had just learned. The energy pulsing from the crystal filled them with a sense of purpose and power. Lisa Hunter, commander of the fleet, felt a spark of determination igniting within her. "What do we need to do to unlock this power?" Lisa asked, her voice steady. The guardian's light shimmered brighter as they regarded her with ancient wisdom. "To wield the energy of this realm, you must first confront your own fears and unite as one," the lead guardian spoke, its voice echoing in their minds like thunder. "Only through trust and strength will the hidden power be revealed." The crew exchanged glances, a mix of uncertainty and resolve in their eyes. They had faced many challenges together, but this felt different. This was not just about survival, it was about embracing their true potential. "I believe in each of you," Lisa said, looking at her crew. "We've already proven ourselves. We fought off the pirates against all odds. Now we must show the Guardians that we are ready." "Let's do this," Jake said, his youthful enthusiasm shining through. "We're a team. We can face anything together." The Guardians nodded, their forms swirling with vibrant colors. "Very well. You must enter the trial chamber. There, you will confront your fears and unlock the hidden power within." With a deep breath, Lisa led her crew deeper into the cave, guided by the light of the crystal. The atmosphere shifted, and they found themselves in a vast chamber filled with swirling mist. In the center stood a circle of glowing symbols. "Step forward one by one," the Guardian instructed. "Face your fears and the energy will respond." Jake volunteered first, stepping into the circle. As he did, the mist swirled around him, forming dark shapes that whispered his deepest insecurities. "You're not good enough! You'll fail like you always do!"
Jake clenched his fists, his heart racing.
But then he remembered Lisa's words. He was not alone. "No!" he shouted, standing tall. "I can do this! I won't give up!" As he embraced his confidence, a bright light burst from the symbols beneath him, illuminating the chamber. The energy surged, and Jake felt a rush of power coursing through him. He stepped back, exhilarated and proud. Next, it was Sarah's turn. As she stepped into the circle, shadows began to loom over her, manifesting her fear of not being strong enough. "You're just a mechanic. You can't save anyone!" Trembling, Sarah took a deep breath. "I may be a mechanic, but I help keep this fleet alive. I am strong in my own way." As she declared her strength, the mist retreated, and the symbols glowed brightly, accepting her resolve. One by one, the crew faced their fears. Mark confronted his fear of failure, while the other crew members faced their doubts and insecurities. Each time they overcame a fear, the symbols lit up, filling the chamber with brilliant light. Finally, it was Lisa's turn. As she stepped into the circle, shadows danced around her, whispering doubts about her leadership. "You're not a real leader. You'll let them all down!" Lisa felt her heart race, but she stood firm. "I am their commander, and I believe in my crew. Together we are stronger." With that declaration, a blinding light erupted from the symbols, enveloping her in warmth. The Guardians watched, their forms glowing with approval. As the light subsided, the crew stood together, a new energy pulsing around them. They had faced their fears and unlocked the hidden power within. The lead Guardian spoke again, its voice resonating with pride. "You have proven your worth. The hidden power is now yours to wield. Use it wisely to protect those who cannot protect themselves." With newfound confidence and strength, the crew of the Starlight felt a surge of energy flowing through them. "What now?" Jake asked, excitement in his voice. "Return to your fleet. The galaxy is vast, and many will challenge you. With this power, you will have the strength to protect your home and stand against those who threaten peace," the Guardian instructed. "Thank you," Lisa said, her heart swelling with gratitude. "We will use this power to defend the innocent and show the galaxy the strength of humanity." As they left the cave, the crew felt a renewed sense of purpose. They were no longer just a tiny fleet. They were a force to be reckoned with. They had faced their fears and emerged stronger, ready to take on whatever the universe had in store for them. As the Starlight ascended from the planet, the crew looked out at the stars, knowing that their journey was only beginning. They had gained a new respect for themselves and each other. Together, they would face the challenges ahead and prove that even the smallest fleet could change the fate of the galaxy.